Leekautorepair. So we'll be working on my truck today. I know y'all like, dang, where leak been? We're gonna say that for like a whole different video. I done did all types of crazy stuff. I done changed my life a little bit, but some adjustments, but for the most part it's for the better. But right behind me is my beast, my 2000 Chevy Suburban, and I got a coolant leak. The leak is, I guess, visually you can just see what's going on. No need to do like a pressure test or anything like that, but you can visually see where the leak is coming from. So for me, for the way I looked at it, the leak is coming from the heater hoses. You got like those two T connections for the heater hose. You got the two hoses coming off the water pump, and it routes back into like the bulkhead, which is the firewall. And you can see them in color. It's like a black T plastic thing shape, and it should be a white one, but with age and everything, it will look a kind of like creamish a little bit, or tannish the color, but it's originally white. So I'll show you the parts in a second. I bought it from AutoZone. It is a dormant part. I will leave the part number where you can get it from, and I'm sure you can get it off Amazon, so that way you can get it shipped to you fast on prime delivery, and that way you don't have to invest some time wasting gas going to the parts store trying to find the parts, when I'll give you the part numbers and you can locate it yourself and have it delivered to your house just like that with a few clicks of a button on your Amazon. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's put on some gloves and let me show you where this leak is coming from. Alright, from this angle under the hood, we're going to zoom in, and if you can see these wire looms right here, especially with my finger, I don't want to touch everything, but I'll try to focus that way you can see it, if the camera allows me to focus. But you see this orange substance, and if you can follow that up, keep looking up, follow where gravity would have taken things, and we can see, I can see that there is a leak right here. And if I can place my finger under here, I can prove to you that it's wet. It is dripping. So that is an issue, and there's another one right beside it on the other side. So let's begin. Let me get some gloves on. I should have already put on some gloves, but it's no problem. And you can see this leak too, is all the coil packs is wet right there. I'm trying to focus on that so that way you can see. Yeah, the coil packs is wet. It's got like a coolant mark, like that dry mark it makes, like that stain where you can just tell, hey, that's coolant. So usually like it's like breadcrumbs for me to go backwards and find everything. So let's get some gloves on. Alright, so here are the two parts that you are going to need, which is these. Doorman, I'll be sure to, let me just come up closer, you can see. So we got the doorman, the one right here where my finger is moving, which is my left, but you're right. 800-414-CD, C as in cat, D as in dog. And then you got the one right here on the right, but your left, it's this 800-413-CD. And then both close in part numbers. You just have to remember the 413 and then a 414. So as you can see, the black one and then a white one. Remember I said it starts off white and then it turns cream. Anybody who drives General Motors or will drive these type of trucks, we know what color this turn and how long it takes. Just give it a few weeks time, it's gonna change. So I got what I need and how much it costs. I'll be sure to leave all of that in the description. Like I said, it'll be optional for you if you want to go in the store, or if you just want to save your gas, save from going from store to store, because you might could go to a store that only have one and you have to go to another store that got two. Now you just wasted gas. And two, you might not have time because you have work, you have other things to do, you have to be a parent, you have responsibility, so you may not have time to go to the store. But that's why I said I'm gonna give you the part number, the link for you to click it, and you got Prime, you're a Prime member, it's coming to you quickly already. You good. So let's proceed. So you're only gonna need like 1 or 2 tools for this job. Well, 2 probably. The first one is your fingers, because you're gonna have to squeeze. And the second one, if the squeezing don't work, you're gonna have to get away with using this, which is a pick. You can get one with a 90-degree angle, whichever angle you prefer. It's whatever you prefer. So I guess let's begin. First, I'm going to need a coolant catch can, which is right here, because, well, if you guys want to see, you're going to need something like this because you're going to lose coolant. And make sure you are using Dexron. We don't like to mix colored fluid with other colored fluids. Just an extravaganza, trust me. So let me set this up, slide this where it needs to be, and we'll begin in a second. I want to try to add an additional light so that way we can see good. I don't even know if I got my catch can where it need to be. I'm gonna hope on that too. So let's just stick this right there, assuming we're gonna get great light. Let's add another light. Add all these damn lights. Alright, and this one not even a magnet. I'm kind of like disappointed, but it is what it is. It's sufficient. That's all that matters. Alright, so let's begin. I'm going to work on my stomach. This is uncomfortable. So the trick to this is that you're going to be pressing the tabs. When I say press the tabs, just like that. There's one on the side. I'm going to move out the way. And then when you squeeze the tabs, try twisting it. That'll help walk it off. And if that don't work, like I said, you're going to have to use a pick. It looks like this one is not working. So I use a pick there to get it off. Oh, don't be like me. Make sure you depressurize the system. Sometimes you could do that by undoing the radiator. I'm sorry, the cap for the reservoir. Radiator cap, you can call it that, but that's a cap for, I think I'm catching. Looks like I caught. I made contact in the pan, but it's, I've confused the radiator cap for the overflow tank cap, whatever you want to call it. I'll call it a cap. Take that off. Now it's going to be a seal that might stay on here. Don't forget that, because your new one is going to have a seal already in it. And this one broke coming off, so looks like that is going to be a problem. And I probably, since it's broke, I won't be able to, might not be able to use it again. I can just get away. You see someone use the band clamp on this already. I'll be able to get away with just, it's like a nipple part of the T-shape heater hose connection, the adapter, that's what we call it. And well, on a box it said it, and I only know that because in Spanish it said adapta. So I think that's how you pronounce it. So I could just stick it on the nipple part and then retighten it back up again, and then I could be Gucci. So I'm not going to worry about that. So leave that off to the side, and let's work on the next one. You do the same thing. It's going to be coolant leaking like everywhere now. So let me adjust this light, and I'm trying to squeeze my fingers. You're gonna have to squeeze them hard. Sometimes walking it around, like twisting it, helps. And you see how this broke again? And it's like the plastic is like very brittle. And then some of it, oh, this is, let me see, what broke off? All right, so one end broke off in the side, and it looked like I can get it out with the pick, and I don't even care at this point if it comes out, because I'm replacing it regardless. This part you might need a needle nose pliers for, only because this clip right here is very ridiculous. I want to try to get, there's no specific order how you want to get these off. Just squeezing the tab, and it's about like having some finesse though. And this one, I ain't gonna lie, I think I need a needle nose pliers for that one to squeeze that out. Give me 1 second. I don't know if I should use the big one or the small one. I should just show you only how to do one, because doing the other one is literally the same way. So I'm using this to squeeze the needle nose pliers to squeeze the tab. Why? Because it's a pain in the rear. And yeah, that's all it is, a pain in the rear. Or I could just break it and then piece it off, but I don't want to break it. I'd rather it break on itself than me breaking it. Come on. Come on. Alright, so it looks like it's not going to work. So what looks like is working is one side of the clip. So whenever I get an issue like this, I dig in there with the pick, and you're going to have to pry out that white, that quick connect tab. You're going to have to lift it up off. It's like a notch that's stopping it from moving. Ooh, that hurt. I'm going to pick myself. I got stabbed already this week with the pick. That's crazy. But you're going to have to pick it off. Let me see if I can. There we go. I'm trying to get this side. You're going to have to, mind you, I said you're going to have to, one side don't work, you're going to have to pick the other one out. And see how when I picked in there, that came out. So now I need to do the other one. If I could press this tab in the back. And I can't get in here with the camera. I can, but this type of video, I'm not going to be getting all intricate. It looked like these were probably replaced once upon a time ago in life. Now I'm only saying this because it came off good. At least the black one did. Looks like this tab don't squeeze, so I have to get in here with the pick. I like this right one better. You want to know where I got my picks from? I got them from the orange one comes from obviously Harbor Freight, and then the other one comes from AutoZone. Come on, come on. Lift you up. Give me a second to get this one off. Shoot. Alright, now I'm going to clean the mating surfaces. Swipe it off with a towel. You don't have to go all crazy. Some of these may have that quick connect tab on there. You may have to leave it on there, then put it on or separate it. I don't know what that was. It sounded like a brake cleaner. So, smash this up. Uh-oh, that fell. I'm gonna worry about that later. Match everything up. So it looks like we good this way. We good. So I'm not gonna use this end because it don't even sit in there correctly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unwind this band clamp and I'm going to remove this. Why am I removing this? Because it's not needed anymore, because it's brittle. I don't have time for something happening in the future, all because it's brittle and the quick connect did not hold. So now I'm going to install, because this big part already got the seal inside of it. So I'm going to just snap that in place. You should hear it like clicking or feel it. If not, when you jam it in, try to tug out a little bit. If it don't come out, you know you good. So now I'm going to put the correct one where it needs to be. Going forward a little bit, I had to readjust the lines because they shape weirdly a certain way. You might have to bend them a little bit depending on the part. It's all good. So now I got enough slack, being as though I took this connector adapter piece out, and I'm gonna, let me see, where should I hit this at? I should try to tighten it. Maybe from right here. Let's see if that'll work. I should have used my electric ratchet, but at the end of the day, this is plastic. I don't want to be like applying so much force to something that's not really like strong, like durable. And I don't even know why General Motors in the first place, they was like using these. They should have like switched to like aluminum or metal, or maybe they needed something with flexibility or something. I have no idea, but it is what it is. So tightening this down. The reason I like to use a 1/4 inch ratchet and then 8mm socket is because I can get that good, like that perfect tightness. You get what I'm saying? All right, almost done. Gucci. Now, I'm gonna work on the other one. If I can get the box. Here we go. And this one is simple. We're gonna put the big part, always go back on the bulkhead side, the heater hose side. Just snap that in there. Bam, like that. And then I'm going to stop the camera for a second because I need to do something. But this is easy to connect. You're going to hook up this line into this section of the connector and you Gucci. And then I'm going to remove this and tie this down with the band clamp and insert it in just like that. I have enough slack in the line and I'm Gucci. In order to fix this type of issue, if you want to go get another one or whatever the case may be, like you need to replace the heater hoses, and I believe it comes as a pair, or you can order it separately, but if I can remember, I believe it comes as a pair, and you'll get it with it already integrated, this type of connection style. But it don't matter to me because a band clamp works the same way. So let me do what I do and I'll give you my results in the end. So just give me a second. I have the final product for you. Let me zoom in. So yeah, band clamps looking good, tighten it where you're supposed to. Your lines the heater lines is going to give you a little bit of confusion because of the type of kinks and bends it have. So I'm gonna just give you advice. The lines, they do not overlap each other, so do not like reroute them your way. Do not change the position. If you need to make like a minor bend, that it's okay, but you should not be making like a significant bend. You're only moving it enough to that way you can get it inside of the connector adapter thingy majig, the heater hose, the T connection. So we good, we Gucci, we ready to go. So next I'm going to fill up my coolant tank with some, I don't like to use what do we call those, universal coolant. Just put in some Dexron 50/50, or you can get concentrate because it's cheaper and it costs more, but it's just cheaper that way. Because what if you got to buy two things of 50/50 coolant? Instead you could just get concentrated already, and then you get what I'm saying? It's just cheaper that way. So let's fill up the coolant tank where it's supposed to be, run the car, make sure we ain't got no leaks, and then let the thermostat, well, still the engine is kind of hot, so it should be opened up a little bit still. But if you need to let the engine warm up, the thermostat, by it being open or it open it up after a repair like this, your coolant level will adjust and you have to add more coolant. It all depends on the type of car, your situation, how hot the engine was, and how much coolant you had in the system. So let's go. And this is good because I've had issues with this light for a long time and I never addressed it. And it had like a slow leak, but I was in denial too. I'm lazy, but that's over it. I need to add more. I need to run the truck, but give me 1 second. It looked like we Gucci. I don't see any leaks. No leaks at all. It's good. I'm going to clean off the when I'm done with the video, clean off my ignition coil packs because they got like coolant stains and everything around it. So I want to make sure that's cool. My connections is Gucci. And make sure you got heat in your car. Just turn your heat on. If you have no heat, it's because you got air in the system, and the best way to get the air out of the system, for me, is to vacuum bleed it. You can do it the old school way where you're just going to have to wait for it to purge out on its own on some gravity shit. Or have the car facing up on a slope, going up the slope, but the nose, the front end going up and the back dip down. That will help with the bleeding process a hell of a lot faster. So it's just all types of techniques. But if you can't get that no heat, you might got another leak in the system somehow, or you might got an issue with your heater hose or something. I got heat already, it was instant.